In this video, you'll be learning how to draft an A-line skirt with tail. So the first thing that you need to do is to get your skirt length plus 4 inches. Now it can be more than this, it depends on how long you want it to be. So for this one, I'm adding 4 inches to my front. So this is, so 4 inches will be 52. So my skirt length is 48. I'll mark this point. So I'll get my so this is my skirt length. I need this part to start tailing. So this is my startup. This is so I'll mark. So the next thing you do is to get your waist measurement. The waist measurement is 34. I'm using 34. That's 8.5 plus. I can decide not to put that in front. So if I'm not putting that, I'll just add 1 inch, which will be 9.5. But if I'm adding that, it will be 10.5. So 1 inch for that, the other inch for seam allowance. Then I measure 9 inches, which is my hip level. We use 9 as a standard, but if you measure a different value from the person, use whatever you have measured. But if you didn't measure, you can just use 9. So the hip is 44, which is 11. 11 plus 1, that's 12. So that is my hip. Then I'll get my knee length. I'm using 22 on my knee length. So 22, to get my knee size, I'll minus 6 inches from my hip, which is 38. And 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So I mark 9.5 plus 1, that will be 10.5. So I mark this point. Now to know the wideness of the front, just use your hip measurement divided by 2, so it will be on fold. So hip is 44, so I'll measure 22 and mark the 22. Now it can be more than this and it can be less than this. This is like an average. If you want it wider, you can add like 5 inches more, 10 inches more. What you like. If you want it lesser, you can remove like 2 inches, 3 inches, so that it's not so wide. It all depends on what the person wants. So the next thing I'll do is to connect my point. So this is my waist. I connect it to my hip. Then connect it to my knee. Then I'll use a straight ruler to connect it to that point. So see, this is my A-line. Then the next thing I'll do is to connect here to my length. So you can you see that from the front it has started tailing. So now because I added that, I'm going to draw out my dots here. So I'll mark, so it will be 4.25, mark ½ inch on either side. Get my length, I'll use 6 inches, 4.25, this is it. So I'll connect. Now if I'm doing a skirt, I would lower with 1 inch, but if I'm doing a gown, I'll lower with 1/2 inch. So know what you're doing. So mark the end of your actual waist measurement. So that's what you're connecting to. So okay, I'm assuming I'm doing a skirt, so I'll connect to this point. So that when you're shaping, back and the front will level up. So this is it. So let me cut out, because I'm going to be placing this on my back to cut. So if I wanted a very long tailed skirt, I can add as much as 10 inches. Then it will tail from there, rather than getting a leveled front and just tailing just the back. It doesn't look nice that way. So now this is what the front would look like for the A-line, or rather mermaid skirt. Thanks for watching.